The Force is fired. Remember, kids, if you ever feel useless, remember that Kathleen Kennedy exists somewhere in California. She is hiding deep in some sort of bunker that the Syrian kids wish they had right about now. Oof, that was a bit too far. That took a dark turn. Hit the subscribe button. Let's hit 60,000 before the end of March. Now, Star Wars keeps getting ratioed. Now, when I first saw this, I was like, wait a second. Didn't The Bad Batch already come out? It was titled Episode 7, 8, and 9. The Bad Batch is my new nickname for the sequel trilogy. Begun the woke wars have, and it looks like the Jedi are gonna win this time round, because imagine having over 20,000 people actively dislike you on every video just on YouTube. And then imagine thinking that that's the minority. If Disney had any shame, they'd be feeling it right now. And quick reminder, Gina Carano's interview with Ben Shapiro got 166,000 likes. Meanwhile, Kathy Kennedy's Leatherface fade in, fade out garbage got over 100,000 dislikes. It doesn't take a genius to know that that says something. Figures speak for themselves on who is the majority. Every single video on this limp Star Wars YouTube channel is full of people hating on the new product. Their approval rating is down the toilet. But this is what happens, people, when you give a second-rate coffee barista the keys to the empire. It's funny how Gina Carano gets fired for some lukewarm tweets, but Kathy Kennedy gets to keep her job after destroying the most valuable movie franchise in history. Imagine working under the most talented directors in film history, such as Steven Spielberg and George Lucas, not for a few days, no, not even for a few months, but for several decades, only to have learned absolutely nothing from them. Talk about dense. Kathy Kennedy's only talent was her ability to trick George Lucas into believing her. Man, that is a tale of epic deception and betrayal. I'm pretty sure that this destruction of George Lucas's legacy is totally intentional. Because think about it, Luke Skywalker took down the Empire with little help, but crazy Kathy Kennedy took down the entire Lucasfilm company by herself. She really controls both sides like Palpatine, because she's the head of Lucasfilm on one hand, but she also supports the cancelling of their actors by Twitter mobs. Disney with Gina Carano was like, we don't accept any bad behavior. That's why we had to let her go. And then Disney with China is like, thank you for letting us film the movie Mulan here in China. Hopefully we didn't slow down your genocide too much. I am sick and tired of the hypocrisy. Anyway, back to this Bad Batch trash garbage. Star Wars in 2021 is nothing more than a rotting carcass being kept together by stitches and Chinese money. This is mind-blowing to me. They are trying to promote new shows while we're all sitting back and enjoying the best show of all time, which is them their pants with its go woke go broke fiasco. Disney needs to change their mascot right now to the Mickey Mouse from South Park. The world is mine. Now, I know I have a lot of viewers that live in California, and yes, I'm so sorry about that, but I need one of you savages to go to Disneyland to protest the terrible state of Star Wars, dressed as the Mandalorian cast, including especially as Luke Skywalker and Cara Dune, and send that to me at Sir Mannix on Twitter. Now, these are strange times. Strange times, I tell ya, when committing piracy is the morally right thing to do. Yes, I said it. Insert the Assassin's Creed Black Flag main theme. Ahoy the high seas, matey. Because the mindset is this. Listen carefully. Stop giving money to things that hate you as a customer. How long will it take you to realize that Star Wars is just a nasty ex-wife at this point? It's time to let her go. She belongs to China. I'm not even gonna bother pirating their garbage propaganda anymore. They can take a long walk off a short dock, but you know who I feel bad for. I feel bad for George Lucas. He made that universe and they're degrading it day after day. It's like watching your baby go to university and then come back 4 years later with 150 grand in debt. But anyway, when they erased Cara Dune from all of their Star Wars history, that is directly from the Soviet Union handbook. Because it's not enough to just get rid of them. No, no, no. We have to erase them from memory. Now, this whole situation with Gina Carano shouldn't be a liberal liberal versus conservative thing. It should be about being able to be open with your beliefs without being in fear. This isn't about one political ideology. People just don't want to live under the social media court. And I wonder, when is Disney going to cancel Walt Disney? He was worse than Gina Carano ever was. And I know I've said this before, but deleting Twitter would make society a way better place. Screaming, spoiled children crying are barely acceptable when they're your own kids. Let alone fully grown, emotionally fragile adults with smartphones that can't be taken away or put on timeout. They consist of less than 0.1% of the population. They don't matter in the real world. And they never will. Disney dug their grave the moment they relied on Twitter weirdos for help. If Martin Luther King was alive today, he would get cancelled by Twitter too. Because think about it, he actually wanted to live in harmony with everyone and not push them away like today's so-called activists. And this is why, ladies and gentlemen, we will lose the next world war. For the reason that we live in a generation full of soft people offended by everything. I want to make this clear. When victimhood is your societal currency, that will make everyone want to be a victim. And that is a god-awful, terrible way for our society to grow. Now, cancel culture literally means cancelling all of our culture. Music, films, books, stand-up, TV shows, etc. The world is going to be a very different place 10 or even 5 years from now. But let me also make this clear. To all the blue-haired SJW weirdos, if you need to see someone who looks exactly like you to appreciate a story, then you have absolutely zero imagination to springboard to. Because when you base a story on ideology, it's only a matter of time before it turns around and bites you in the arse. And on a lighter note, I'm still waiting for the Mortal Kombat style arena match between the base duo of Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni versus the Sith Lord Kathleen Kennedy. And on that bombshell, thank you all for watching. Mannix fade out.